Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are. It's Cake here. Today's an awesome day. We are looking at more information on The Division 2. I wanted to make a video where we don't talk about any of the information from the game. We don't show any footage from the announcements or anything that they're doing. We just look at people's responses. I am so excited for this because, as you see right here, the first one says it's called a main character for a reason. Now, that, of course, is talking about how with the new seasons that are coming out, you're going to have to create a whole new character every single season just to play the seasonal content. So basically, you're not even going to be allowed to play the newer stuff unless you create a whole new character, thus putting the character that, well, me, myself, has spent 10 in-game days, like 10 full-on days played on that one account. I'm not going to be able to use it for the season because you have to use a seasonal character. So I'm just scrolling through the comments on someone's video that was talking about the new updates, and it's literally like this right here. I started the Division earlier this year, about 320 HD. Rookie number, by the way. I started 3 weeks ago and I'm 500 and something, but we won't get into that. I like the idea of an agent going through a story trying to bring back order. Feels like to me, I don't like this idea of creating a new agent. Kind of a letdown. Yeah, because your character is taking you through the entire story of what's going on in the Division 2, and now that you're going to create a new character, you're completely changing who you are as a player. Like, of course, if you're not really in it that deep or something, that makes sense. But to me, it kind of takes away the immersion of having a character that you've spent all the time on. But also, like, we get a lot of the hate ones. I'm looking for, like, the super funny hate comments right now. Like this one, I have a job and a family, so while I love the franchise since the Division 1, I think my time with this franchise might come to an end. I don't have unlimited time to grind new characters over and over again. I relate to that. I work a full-time job, and it's getting busier as the days go by, getting more clients and whatnot, so it's harder and harder to play all day. Like, I haven't played at all today, and that's because I've had to work, right? So with that being said, it kind of makes sense not having, the ability to do it, but hopefully that won't happen too bad. But right here, it looks like I won't even be playing until the last 2 weeks of the season. Yeah, so basically, the biggest comments that I'm seeing in this entire ordeal is people saying like, oh, well, then I won't play till the last 2 weeks, or oh, I won't play at all, or oh, I'm done with the Division. I'm wondering if they're going to revert all of this before it actually releases in the next 3 months because of how much backlash they're getting. Because I even want to go look at the Division's actual page, which I don't know. Is it Ubisoft? I'm going to take a look here. Ubisoft. I want their actual page. Okay, here we go. So we're on their actual page where they revealed everything, or revealed the trailer. You don't do what the community asks for, but you invent things out of thin air to put in the game. Whose idea was it to turn the Division into Diablo? We didn't ask for this. Yeah, I don't think anybody was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should have characters that are only around for the season, and then at the end of the season they delete and all that crap. Like, what the fuck? Either way. And, like, the whole fact that we're all of a sudden becoming rogue and all that crazy stuff, we're not even going to get into that, but it was wild to me. Ironically, some of the information I'm seeing on here is good stuff. Like, I'm seeing, on their page, I'm seeing good stuff. But from all the people who try hard this game or play it a lot are completely pissed about it. Like, if we scroll through another video here, I love the way they show 2,000 bug fixes as if that's a badge of honor for the inept programming. 2,000 bug fixes is not a lot when you think about the game this old and how many things have happened. Your boy here ain't starting a new character every season. Why have I wasted 1,000 plus hours leveling a main character to have to start a new one every season? It's valid. I mean, I myself have only been playing this game on this account for 3 weeks now, and I have 291 hours, so almost 300 hours on this game with just this account, let alone the other 2 accounts that I had back in the day when the game first came out. So I've spent 291 hours in the past 3 weeks on a game that is now telling me, oh, when the next season comes, you're going to have to do it all again. That kind of bothers me. Even if they make it to where you can level up faster, it still sounds like it's going to be a pain in my fucking ass to even really try to do. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be one of those people who pushes through it and actually does it, but that's because I paid the money and I spent the time. I'm not going to give up on the game. But like this comment here, making players create a new character to feed the main character is completely fucked. I want to use the character that I've spent the time building. I don't need smoke and mirrors from the devs to hide the fact that it's just an open world Descent. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing is people have been comparing this to Descent and how it's going to become just another Descent where you have to start at the bottom and work your way back up again with special gear or whatever. I get that, but also there's a lot of people out there who do what they call New York runs, where they do a level 30 New York character, beat it all the way through, hit level 40, get a bunch of supplies to feed their main character. So that already exists. Don't get me wrong on that. It already exists, but it's definitely kind of fucked up that they are turning the entire seasonal stuff into one game of Descent every season, where you can only get what's in that season. It's crazy as crap. Like this one right here, very disappointed with the new character every season thing. Most of us have grinded 1,000+ hours. I'm not to 1,000 yet, but I can safely say 300 is no small feat for how long I've been playing. Absolutely no one who has put any time into this game once season 2.0. I don't want to restart another character every fucking season. Now, what I'm thinking is happening, I don't think the Seasons 2.0 is meant for us as the veteran players who play it all the time or who play it every day, who have played it since the day it came out. It's for new people to try to come back to the game. I think they're trying to bring in a new, quote-unquote, new generation of Division agents that are coming in that have never played it before, or if they have played it, they haven't gotten far enough to really give a crap to start a new character every season. That's what I think they're doing, but what they're doing is they're alienating the veteran players. They're alienating the people who spend the most money on the game. They're alienating the people who actually give a shit. It's going to kill the game. As you can see here, I have a bad feeling this is the way the devs want to kill the game. I can see it. It feels like they're trying to push us out on their own terms. It's weird, though, right? Yeah. To the devs, blink SOS if you're being beaten with a rubber hose to spew this garbage and being held against your will. That's what it feels like. It's crazy. Paul, the expertise 25 gear. Yeah, doing away with expertise is so fucking wild because I myself am only expertise level 10 and I've put 300 something hours into that character. So 300 hours and I'm only expertise level 10, but you know, it's because I wasn't focusing on it right off the bat. But at the same time, now you're telling me that when the new season comes out, I'm basically a squishmallow in a battlefield with a fork. Like I got a fork and they got rocket launchers. That's what it feels like. Right here, I'm guessing that they don't like players with high scores. Too bad. Fix this or go bankrupt. The people have spoken. It's definitely a valid argument. Because it just... And they've even said that they don't like people being so well placed in their gear and so well put together in their gear that they are unbeatable or whatever, so they can bully people in the Dark Zone. That's why you need to just make the Dark Zone, make it allowed to be single player. I know there's glitches out there to get you into a solo Dark Zone or whatever the hell, but if you made it to where anyone and everyone can play every single thing without being PvP at all, the game would be so much better. I don't play PvP in this game because it's trash. I hate it. Like, I've killed some people in the Dark Zone, but I don't have the skill or the want to get better at the PvP. If I wanted to play PvP, I would go play like Call of Duty, or I would go play something else. I don't play this for the player versus player aspect. I play it for the player versus environment aspect because I love doing these missions and stories and building gear sets and actually getting in there and getting into the action with my buddies. We're not in it to be sweats. So if the reason they're doing this is because of all those sweaty ass players in Dark Zone that are like just wrecking kids, then yeah, I kind of see where they're trying to go with it, but don't penalize everybody for a small group being a bunch of fucking idiots, right? Let's look at another comment here. Wait, a few years ago when they changed the build system, I went to bed with a Rambo build. When I woke up, I had a little princess build. I hope it doesn't happen again. Yeah, no shit. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, all the metas will change because when you're going into these new characters in the new season, all the builds are probably going to be either different or basically useless. So like the striker build might not even be in there. The bulwark build might not be in there. Some of the one-shot builds we got won't be there. So it's like, it's a whole new game, but it's going to be the exact same graphics, the exact same locations, the exact same everything. Basically, they're trying to push a new game on us, but only the mechanics of the new game, not the actual quality of a new game. At that point, they should have just came out with Heartland like they were planning on doing. At least then it would have been a new game. Like, it would have been new graphics, new location. Why not do that? Why handicap yourself by trying to do this dumb shit? Every time I think this game can't get worse, surprise, here's something you didn't ask for. Christmas all over again. I wasn't here for the Christmas update, so I don't necessarily know how bad that was. I can ask some of the guys in my group, but that's fine. But I will agree that the announcement for a forward update or whatever, the stuff from Ubisoft, I will say it was very confusing. And this comment here actually talks about that. It's a very confusing vomit of vague news. They just threw some stuff out that needed more time to explain, like seasonal characters that you must play to do seasonal content. But at the end of the season, that character becomes a part of your permanent character. But what happens if you already have 4 characters? Exactly. Like, there's more questions than answers, and I know they wanted to do that to spark interest in it, so we'd ask questions. But the problem is, the questions they're getting are not the questions they were hoping for. The questions are, why in the fuck are you even doing this? That's the questions they're getting. And I don't think I've taken a solid breath this entire video because I'm so irritated by the fact that they think this is a good idea. I've not seen one comment that's like, I can't wait to have my first seasonal character. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for what. So just asking, if I haven't hit level 1000 shade levels, will I still be able to level it up? And what can I use my main character for? Are all my builds gone? Basically, this person's asking if they just wasted their entire time playing this game, all for it to be gone whenever the new season starts. That's wild, bro. That's really wild. Really, that's all I got. I just kind of wanted to make a video where I bitch a little bit and kind of talk about what other people are thinking, because I think Ubisoft needs to type in The Division 2 and just watch some of these videos of people talking about it, content creators, not just the high up content creators that actually work for them or dry snitch to them or whatever about issues. They need to look at all YouTubers and all content creators and kind of see that it's not just the big guys that are bitching about it. It's also the little guy who just started the game. Like, I started 3 weeks ago, and now I'm hearing that it might have been for nothing. And that's a little wild because I gave them a lot of my time. So it's one of those things where time is valuable, and everybody agrees with me on that. So that's really all I got for you. Just make sure you like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Just be cool about it. We'll catch you in the next episode. And please let me know down below, what do you think about this update? What do you think about seasonal characters? And what do you think about The Division 2? We'll catch you next time.